All right, hey guys, OFD checking in here, and tonight I'm really excited to be bringing you finally the full review of this Nodus Trieste. So I got this watch about 2 weeks ago. I unboxed it, and if you guys didn't catch that video, I'll leave a link down below to the video of the unboxing of this. And I will get into kind of the packaging and stuff this watch came with here in a little bit. But this is the Nodus Trieste, this being the red model or the burgundy model. They do make a blue and an all black version also. Very cool watches. I do think they make these also date and no date, which is a nice option. I always like to have a date function on my watches there. So guys, these watches, I have to tell you, the quality is well above actually what I expected to get with this watch. Now, I know that Nodus assembles all their watches in the United States. I know they do use parts manufactured overseas, but they QC every single piece they get in. I mean, for every aspect you could imagine, as far as the regulation of the movements, as far as inspecting the crystals that come in with the AR coating, making sure there's no scratches or inconsistencies in the coatings. You know, all their indices, all their hands they're having manufactured, they're inspecting those down and just really picking everything out, making sure there's no loom slop on the indices or on the hands or anything like that. And anything that is off, they're either correcting it, fixing it, or they just don't use the part because they just don't want that to get out there to the manufacturer. So I think it's a real good thing that they are doing there. By bringing everything here to the United States, they are able to really control the quality control process of every aspect of putting this watch together. And they've done a great job because these are an amazing watch. I really like them, especially at the price point. You're getting well above, I think, what you're paying for and the quality of this watch. So let's dive into it here, guys. As you guys can see, it's a classic styled, retro styled dive watch. Kind of retro to me in the size of the bezel here, the thickness of the bezel or the width of the bezel itself is kind of a thinner style, which I really like. Also using this coin edge bezel and this kind of squared off case style, give it a very retro look to it. Now, the hands on the Nodus Trieste, I think, are one of the most unique features of this. It's kind of hard to argue. Now, I will tell you guys, you either love these hands or you probably hate the hands. And, you know, it's going to be a make it or break it for you as far as this watch goes, probably the hand style. I'm going to call these like a big baton style hand with that little syringe tip on them there. Works really good for me. You've got the small dot pips at the 5-minute marks, and then at the 12 o'clock, the 3 o'clock, the 6, and the 9 o'clock, you have those different indices there. Very well put together. I like the fact that you used a nice longer indice at the 12 o'clock position to differentiate that in case your watch is, you know, sitting on the nightstand at night or anything like that. You don't kind of mix up that it's upside down or anything like that. So these are applied indices. They're nice and thick, and like I said, they've really gone to the trouble of making sure that there's no issues as far as the loom slopping over onto the edge of the polished edge of that indice or anything like that. It's done really well. You have the Nodus logo up there below the 12 o'clock position, their logo, and then their name there. Trieste down here at the 6 o'clock position, excuse me, at 200 meters or 660 feet. Then over here at the 4:30 position, you have your date function. Now this is running the NH35 movement, so you have your date there at the 4:30 position. Very nice watch. Go ahead and talk about the bezel here real quick. This is a Sapphire bezel insert here, as you guys can see. Catch the shine. Fully loomed. We'll get a loom shot and a wrist shot at the end. And it is a 120 click, very nicely done. Very crispy, as you guys can hear that, the way it sounds. Super well done bezel. You can just tell that they're really paying attention to detail by that. Now, these watches are available in 3 different strap configurations beside the color. This is on the Tropic rubber strap. They do offer a leather strap also, and this is also can come with a fitted factory bracelet on it too. So take a look here at the side of the case. Let's look at the brushing here. I think the brushwork on this watch is absolutely superb. It's done so well that at first when I got it, I almost didn't know if it was brushing or if it had been blasted in some certain way. But the evenness of the brushing along the side of the case is absolutely spectacular. They really definitely paid attention to that. And then along the top of the case here, let me wipe this down a bit. We've got this polished edge here, as you guys can see, all the way along the top edge there. And it's done really nice. Drilled holes drilled lugs for easy strap changes here. And over here you guys can see this does have a very nicely signed crown, deeply engraved there, done very well. Very sharp, unguarded crown here, which is very, traditional of these older, or not older, but these kind of retro style dive watches. The lack of a crown guard there is pretty standard. The NH35 is a hacking and hand windable movement, just in case you guys aren't aware of that. So let's flip it over here and take a look at the case back. As you guys can see, screw down case back here. You get your Nodus watch company Sapphire, your depth rating, your serial number on this watch, and the 316 all stainless steel. Very nicely done. Specifications on the case of this watch, you're looking at 41 millimeters from side to side. Actually, I measured at 40.6. You're looking at 48 millimeters lug tip to lug tip. I measured a 13.2 on the thickness of this watch. And you have a 20 millimeter lug opening here. Very nice. So this Tropic rubber strap, it's nice. I really like it. I've been buying a lot of watches recently on bracelets, and so I kind of wanted to have a factory rubber strap. Now, it's a nice strap. It's a little bit stiff at first, and I really haven't broken in. One of the things I tend to run into a lot of times with rubber straps like this is the hole spacing, and this one was no exception. I actually, down here, as you guys can see, I had to punch another hole in the strap just to get it to wear good, because what I was finding was it was either too tight on my wrist or too loose, and it was flopping around, neither of which is acceptable to me. I don't want it too loose or too too tight. It just doesn't feel right. So I put my own hole in there. That's the way it is with straps like this. Now, I have put this on NATO straps a number of times, and it wears very, very well on a NATO strap. So beautiful watch from Nodus. Now, they are putting together their newer retrospect model. I think that's going to be coming available very soon. I think they're available for pre-order at their website if you guys are interested in checking those out. Different style, different hand style. It has a dish dial that kind of dives down from the outside to the center. Very cool looking watch and beautifully done. So I'm going to go ahead and pause the camera height here, guys, and we'll get the picture of this or a video of this on the wrist. We'll talk about what comes in the box here real quick, and we'll also get a loom shot here before the end. Alright guys, so there's the watch on my 7-inch wrist. Fits well. Thickness of 13.2 is just about right. And I'll flip it over. I forgot to show you guys the buckle on the strap there, the Nodus logo there. Now it's off here in this notch because of the hole I cut in the band. It's not the band, the strap itself. So, but if you guys don't like this, I mean, you can throw it on a NATO strap, or you could always try out the leather strap that they offer, or the fitted bracelet from the factory. Very nice. So let's go ahead and take a look at the box here. Now, if you guys watched the unboxing, I did open this up and show you guys in the unboxing what this comes with. Now, you get your warranty card information, kind of letting you know about the watch. There's my name there, Aaron D, and the logo there. Now, this one's really cool because this is going into the 4-position regulation that they do on this watch, letting you know what this watch ran a day. And I'll get into that more here in a second about what I noticed with this watch. And here is your model number, serial number, and inspection information there, and how long the warranty is good for there through 2020. And then we've got this cleaning cloth that also comes in there. So I'm going to pause it here, guys, and let's get a loom shot, and I will tell you a little bit about the regulation and how well this watch is running here. It's running really well. All right, guys, let's get the loom shot on here, and I'm going to go ahead and dump some light from the Drillmaster flashlight on here. Now, I'll tell you guys while I'm looming this up that over the 10-day period, I was getting a 2.75 minus per day on this watch, which is pretty good. Now, the first 3 days, I wore it consistently, and after 3 days, I ended up at a flat 0 on this watch. Ran a little fast for the first 2 days, about +5, and then I was at 0 for that last day. Look at that loom, guys. Swiss SuperLuminova. Lasts all night long, loomed bezel. Everything looks great. So guys, the watch runs great. It's an excellent offering from Nodus Watch. Definitely get over to their website. I'll leave a link down below and check out the retrospect model they have coming out. Awesome watches from Nodus, and they're assembled here in the United States, guys, in Los Angeles, California. Alright guys, if you liked the video, give me a thumbs up down there at the bottom. And if you've not subscribed to the OFD channel yet, please do. Please do. All right, thanks, guys.